Hi, this is John Bartoloni and I'm going to talk to you about my Moodifier install. If you haven't already seen it, I've got another video on YouTube which shows the results and the system in action. You might want to check that out first. But here's the install process.
Here's the box. It's actually a little bit smaller than I thought it would be, but that's no bad thing. We don't want a whole load of kit clogging things up. Well, it's all really nicely packed inside. Everything looks like it's in order. In fact, a little extra. Here's something that I didn't order, but they've thrown into the order, which was very generous of them. Okay, and then here are the downlight units. So really looking forward to trying out these. So I'm guessing this is the power supply. Yeah, looks like a power supply. Looks like a very nice unit. There we have the control unit. Beautiful and actually pretty small. There are the terminal plugs, and there's the network cable, and that's the input power supply. And I realize that's the surround for the light, and then this is the tricolor LED, and you can see the different color cables running out of that. Okay, here's step one of my installation. I'm just going to test it out before I put it in place. What I've done is I've got a category 5 cable going from my network. I've put a nice crimp on the end there, and I'm going to plug that into the box. Yeah, that's nicely plugged in. Okay, I'm going to connect up the power supply. This is the 12 volt out from the transformer. Okay, and here we go, the other end. I'm going to plug into the 24 volt power supply input here, making sure I line up the terminals in the right way. Okay, so we've drilled a new set of 6 holes in the ceiling and dropped the new lights into them. So you can see here, these are the RGB lights. Okay, and this is what the connection to the RGB downlight looks like upstairs. You see there's the mounting and the case. And then we've got these 3 wires coming out, the black marked ones, and then the 3 red marked ones, and they attach pretty simply to one of these category 5 cables with some simple connectors that I've got here. It's all low voltage, so it doesn't really matter if you touch it, and the worst you can do if you can make the wrong connections is blow the bulb, but that's pretty unlikely as well, so fairly safe for anyone to install. See the unit just sits in there like that. And then it's connected up at the other end. That cable comes in here, and that is simply connected up to the terminals as outlined in the manual. Very simple to do. You just push down on that little clip or that little clip button with a screwdriver, and then slot the wire in once you've threaded it. Okay, and here's the wall switch. It's supplied by Moodifier. 3 buttons, button scene 1, scene 2 and scene 3, and then if you push them together you get scene 4, scene 5 and scene 6. So you've got 6 scenes there, or 3 if you want to keep it really simple, on and then off, and then if you push and hold it it'll dim, or if you push and hold it it'll bright. And really simple connections the other side. I think you can just about see there. You've got 2 terminals that go to each switch, and they just route straight back into the master unit. And you connect one of the terminals to the same channel, so those 3 to the same channel, and then those other 3 to the 3 new channels. And there's your wall switch. They come in a variety of different colors and configurations. I just chose the plain white, although I did also look at this chrome effect one, but in the end I decided to go for the plain white one here. Okay, so I've installed the Moodifier units in the corner of this little cupboard here. So this is the main Moodifier unit, and you can see if I just go through the connections from the left, this is the Ethernet cable here plugged in there. This is going to the power adapter, which is supplied by Moodifier. Really nice chunky power adapter there. The next cable here, this one is going to the wall switches, the light switches on the wall, and then these 3, let's have a look. These are for one of the coloured circuits. These are the 3 lights on the left hand of the living room here, which go into these terminals here. They take up 6. The next ones are the 3 lights on the right hand side of the room, which should take up another 6 channels. And then we've got the white down lights here. I've got 2 lights connected to each channel, so that's 2, 4, 6, that's 3 channels of white lights, which are the main central down lights in the living room. I have actually mounted an RGB strip that goes all the way around there, and that connects back to a bit of tape there just to hold things in place, but that goes straight back to the Moodifier unit. And then I've also put a little RGB strip here above my shelving unit, and that just projects onto the ceiling, giving a nice complementary light to the light there behind the TV, which is connected on the same circuit. So then this is the LED strip driver, which I've managed to obtain. This is a pre-production version, but I'm sure the production version is going to be very similar. You can see the connections there going to the LED driver. Very simple. The power supply again supplied by Moodifier, and then this is the internet connection. And just to simplify my life, so I didn't have to run 2 internet cables, you'll see I've got a little internet switch box here, which then runs to my main internet cable, which then runs back to my home router. Okay, so here's all the electronics, and what I'm going to do is just place this little box over the top. Like so. And that's fits in really neatly and just avoids any little fingers getting to any electronics. And then I'm just going to screw up that box into the wall to stop it being pulled away. And there we have it, the carpet's back in, and there's just a little box to show for the electronics. And here we are, this is the finished configuration. I've effectively got 6 which are in the same holes as the original halogen lights of these LED halogen replacement lights, and they're all pretty bright, surprisingly bright given that they're only 4 watts. And then I've got these RGB lights that I put the new holes in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 along here. Probably in a bit of trouble with focus there, but you get the idea. And then completing the setup in this room, I've actually got a Philips Hue light in here. It's a bit bright, but that's a Philips Hue light. I'll turn it off so you can see the light a bit more clearly. And that's also controlled by the Moodifier software, so that can also be programmed to come on and off with any scene, along with the other lights in the system there. Back on so it's a bit bright. And here's the touchscreen that I've gone for, again supplied by Moodifier, with the neat control interface and pad in there. And the really clever thing about this, in fact, is that what it is, it's a wall mount for an iPod Touch. There we go, there's the power cable, and it just connects up to the main unit via Wi-Fi, and just sits in the pad there. Really nice and simple. And then this magnetic cover sits over the top, so it's only connected to the power, and as long as the Wi-Fi is on, this light switch works. But I'm also going to put the backup light switch, which is hardwired to the unit, so even if the Wi-Fi fails, you've got those switches. So this is the master switch, and this can control any light throughout the house. So that's it, it's done. All that remains now is to use the touch switch to program the master unit so that it knows at what level to come on for each pre-programmed scene, and what it will do is turn each of the lights to the level you desire for that scene. So scene 1 can set any of the channels to any of the levels, and scene 2 can do the same, and you can program all of that from the simple touch switch here. But if you want to really get into the cool stuff with the music and video, then you also want to get the Moodifier software downloaded and onto your machine, and I'll make a separate video to show you how to do that, how to set it up. It's all very easy. Thanks for listening.